hiding spot over here. Any hiding spot? We got not that one. And the extra, oh, it's hunting already. Well, I can go to this hiding spot. Oh, it's actually open. He says a they? Why are you so quiet? Oh, it's definitely a they. Help! Oh, it is a they. Okay, so it's not a full speed they. It's already gotten a little older, which we can check that in the settings or in the stats later. But this can obviously not be a mare, because a mare would never be this fast, because this is just normal speed, right? On this weekly challenge, sometimes they change the speed, but I feel like they would have set that in the like description of it. So mare is just a normal speed. Ghost Revenant would be slow or fast. This one was just regular or like fast speed the whole time, so it's obviously going to be a Thay. Now it could be a mimic with orbs, but remember, because we also have ghost riding, ghost riding is not a mimic evidence. We don't have to worry about it being the mimic, and we can just go. We can just get the hell out of here. I think this is going to be a great challenge for people that like, I think the weekly overall, as like, it's not necessarily good anymore for money. Some of them are, some won't be. Like the last week was definitely not worth it. If you were to play last week's weekly challenge like as a custom difficulty, you would have gotten far more money than 5,000 in 3 runs, like if you got it correctly 3 times. But this weekly is a good example of, you get to try something new if you aren't familiar with nightmare mode, and even if you are, it's always nice to not have to risk any items, because the way they balance the difficulty, or the way they balance the income in the prestige system is pretty forgiving. You can die like up to 50 times, and you would still have enough money to purchase all the items, so don't really worry too much about dying. However, this is obviously a great just freebie. I am just gonna take the pill again. I don't know if it even does anything. I feel like it probably does, because why else would they only have one? It's just a great way to do a run for free and just try something out of your comfort zone. I think that's the main reason for the please, can I play for the weekly challenge? I do wish that they would like maybe instead of making you choose a map, they would like choose a map for you that wouldn't just be the same map 3 times in a row. I don't know. I feel like that's a really weird part of the weekly challenges personally, where you're like, if you want to play it with friends, you just have to play it 3 times on the same map. Like, why not just click weekly and then you click start, and then it just sends you into like a specific subset of the map pool? Like, I don't know. I feel like that would totally make sense. I didn't hear anything. I wish I had the tier 3 EMF. All right, I did hear that though. I have come to notice, we did a tarot card week or tarot card challenge recently that you haven't seen on YouTube yet, but that will be on YouTube soon. What I noticed in that one is that it is very different, or that like interactions forced by the cursed possession, such as tarot card and like voodoo doll interactions, really often fail. They just don't work for some reason. Wait, what? Turn on this light? What happened? It clicked the light and then it clicked it back off. It must not be a mare though. I don't know. I think the CJ explained it, that the way the tower card and the voodoo doll work is that they force an interaction if the ghost is able to. So if it's close to an object, and they give like a higher chance of interacting for a few seconds just to hope to get another interaction out of the ghost. But yeah, it's no guarantee at all that you get an interaction for sure. It can't be a mare in this situation because it flicked the light switch. Even though the breaker's not on, by the way, that is still totally accurate. Even though the breaker wasn't on, and there's not any light coming out of the light source, that still means that it can't be a mare. I just wish the screen was slightly bigger, man. I love the green night vision. Sucks that the other ones have the classic white night vision. I know that's like more normal or whatever, but I just love the green night vision. Orbeez again. As you saw last game, you need to be careful for Orbeez. I've been screwed over by Orbeez many times. They are a little sneaky sometimes, and you gotta place the writing book and the dots as soon as possible, especially the writing book. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! There's a tiny lady. Hi there. By the way, every ghost event, since you might be struggling with using the tier 1 equipment, I obviously will be making more videos with tier 1 equipment. After a ghost event is like prime time for spirit box, especially the stinky ass tier 1 spirit box, because the big problem with the tier 1 spirit box is that it has a terrible range. So even if you're in the ghost room, there is still a really big chance that you're not in range of the ghost sometimes, which means that you're just talking as if you weren't even in the same room. So you're not guaranteed to get an interaction at all. So be careful with that. And even if you're standing on top, that's the other annoying thing, is that even if you're standing on top of the ghost, there is still a chance that you won't be getting a response, because the low interaction rate with the tier 1 spirit box. Like the tier 3 spirit box is like 100 times better, because not only does it get a way bigger range, but it also makes it like, I don't know, 5 times more likely to interact with it or something. It's kind of wild. Is it freezing in here? Any fingies? I'm not sure. It's definitely cold, but not freezing. Where are you? This is a pretty shitty spot, by the way. If the ghost hunts from out here, you just gotta turn off your flashlight as soon as possible and just pray to God that it doesn't enter this room. That's literally all you can do to survive. Where are you? Oh, it's writing like what? Excuse me. What is this? What is this a bug? Or am I just getting the 6 ghosts twice in a row? Wait, excuse me? Why does this happen so often? I had, when I was playing with CJ and Psycho and Blob a few days ago, we had 3 shades in a row, which was absolutely unheard of. The highest amounts of ghosts I've had in a row is 3. I've never had 4 ghosts in a row, so I don't know. I'm still looking for the 4 ghosts in a row craziness. It is not a Thay this time, it is a Revenant. You can hear by the slow speed. But we did get a new ghost, but the same evidence. Hey, that was actually surprising. It seems like they got pretty high interaction rate. It said that it was a nightmare ghost. This feels like they're interacting more than the nightmare ghosts I'm used to, but maybe I'm just getting lucky here. Okay, so you can hear very clear slow speed. And another thing you can know about Revenants is that if you turn on your equipment... Oh, I was actually gonna just, like, end myself here. My goal was to die, but I guess I failed. All right, never mind then. I guess I just live. Goodbye. This is a long ass hunt. Please. There we go. If it detects your equipment, it will go turbo speed to your location, which is like a change that feels so natural. Like it feels like it should have been in the game forever, but it's only been in the game for relatively recent. But man, that was such a good change. That was an incredible change, in my opinion, to just make the Revenant feel so much more menacing, because the fact that the Revenant was always slow unless it had eyes on you was so silly. But yeah, there you go, another Revenant. Now I'm getting really lucky here with good interactions on my writing book, because that could have been a total disaster. I can see, I think the hardest ghost in this challenge is probably the Goryo, because the Goryo has, like, getting Goryo dots, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I have just simply been unable to get Goryo dots. The only way I figure out Goryo is if I only have one evidence, like EMF or fingerprints, I think is the other evidence for Goryo, and I'm just like desperately trying for 15 minutes to get anything out of the ghost. The ghost starts chain hunting. I'm just like crying myself to sleep, and then I'm like, well, it's probably just a Goryo because I'm getting nothing. Banny Princess, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. I don't know what it is. This voodoo doll is actually OP as hell, by the way. Like, voodoo doll is such a good item. It actually might be my favorite cursed possession, secretly.